Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, my dear Saggies, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. What do you need to know, Sag? I don't know. I'm going to have to pull out the cards and see what the universe wants to tell you. Now, it's interesting because I'm being drawn to grab the Oracle of the Radiant Sun for you. So, I don't know that I've used that for anyone in this little a theme of readings that I'm doing currently. But yeah, so we're going to do Oracle of the Radiant Sun. And I'm hearing Tarot of Positive Clarity. I was looking and nothing was grabbing my eye, but I heard Tarot of Positive Clarity. So that's what we're going to use for you to find out what you need to know. What you need to know. It's general. So it may or may not resonate, right? If it does resonate and you are drawn to it, there will be an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. So let me do a quick little pre-shuffle here, Sagittarius. I'm using my teeny tiny in case I need to clarify. If you know me, you know how much I like to clarify. I like to dig deeper and really get to the juicy parts of why you need to know something. Nothing to say, right? Not that I feel like, I just don't. It's really, which is unusual for me. So I don't know. Maybe that means something. Maybe you're at a loss for words. Oh, these decks. All my decks want to be shuffled this way now. Well, not all. There's 90% of them. They want to be face out. They want to see what's going on. Seems to be. We want to see what's going on out there, Cindy. All right, Sagittarius. Universe, what does Sagittarius need to know right now? What do they need to know right now? Right now, what does Sagittarius need to know? Does Sagittarius need to know? Assertion. And this is the Sun in Aries, which is like the Three of Wands. So we have assertion here. So even, I'm going to go into the book quickly because there's very tiny excerpt that'll talk about what these events could be around in your life. And then like what the quick meaning of the card, why it's there in the reading. But with the Three of Wands, this is, I look at the Three of Wands as having already done the work, already planted your seeds somehow in some level of your life, in some area of your life, and expecting that to come in. The ship is coming in, right? I mean, that's what they kind of say with the Three of Wands. Is stand on the shore and the ship is coming in. But I feel like that ship often comes in when you kind of turn your back and you start walking away. You know how it is when you're waiting and waiting and waiting for something or someone, or maybe you've invited even friends over for dinner or a movie or something, and they're supposed to be there at a certain time, and you have everything, and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting. And it's literally, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Or you're waiting for a delivery. I'm going to go to, as soon as you leave, turn your back and go to the back, ding dong. That's kind of how the Three of Wands works. So there's something coming in for you now. Assertion is fighting with a dragon in this card. So it does feel like needing to step up in some level, somehow. Needing to step up for yourself, for your manifestation. Let's look at Sun in Aries, honey, because that's also about the self. So are you stepping up for yourself right now? You know, it's funny that I asked that as a question. Is that what you need to know? Ask yourself that question. Are you stepping up for yourself right now? Assertion. So the events. Okay, first, Sun is fortune, Aries is self-will. So you are in control of your fortune, right? The path that you take in life. Events, sudden acts, times requiring impulsive courage, an unexpected challenging situation, a need for quick action or defense of one's position. When dealt in a reading, this card shows that the opinions and wishes of others do not easily sway the questioner, you, to maintain his or her own course in life. So it doesn't matter, it might even matter what I tell you. You know what? I'm going to go. You're getting this from the best person possible. Because I'm a sun in Aries, and I'll tell you right now, I could go to 300 different tarot readings, and if they told me this, and this is what I should do with my life, all right, I'm going to do this. And it kind of, if you know an Aries well enough, you kind of get to know that the best way to get them to do what you want them to do is to ask them to do the opposite. They'll do it. Because there's an assertion there. This is my life. I'm going to do what I want to do with it. That's what you need to know. The card reveals that the inquirer has a clear vision of what he or she wants and knows how to achieve it. It also indicates the need to work harder and longer than most to achieve success and the respect of others. The danger when this card appears is one of acting on impulse. So yeah, that's also coming from an Aries. So learn to kind of, you know, pull that back and think about things. I think it's time for you to step up, and step up in a big way, regardless of what other people are telling you. And I want to say too, like even me, like regardless, you take what you want from this reading and you push away what you don't want from it. You don't need to come to me rude though to do that. That's the one thing that I don't like. So, this isn't reading for me. What the hell do you think I'm doing? It's like, why do you make it so personal? I'm not talking to you personally. It's just a general reading. But as I'm saying that, you take what the hell you want from it. You know your life, Sagittarius. This is what you need to know. You know your life. Nobody can tell you otherwise. You know what feels good and what doesn't feel good for you, what you're drawn to, what you're not drawn to, what you're inspired by, what you're not inspired by. Flirtation. We have Venus in Sagittarius, which is really fun. Now I got to go in here. It's been a while since I looked at this card, so I can't remember. I was coming up for a bit in some of the extendeds. Venus in Sagittarius. Venus is love, Sagittarius, optimism and adventure. This is what maybe you need for yourself. You need to assert, all right? If you want to have an optimistic future adventure, it's time to assert yourself, and you make your plan, you make your rules, and you go with it. The events that this is of: a foreign lover or a holiday romance that blossoms, a marriage abroad, a lighthearted flirtation just for the adventure. There is, when this card is selected in a reading, a possibility of marriage or relationship with someone from another country. Often this comes through a meeting at a university or other learning institution. Women who choose this card usually seek a heroic, adventurous kind of partner, a romantic Indiana Jones figure. I don't know how that fits into assertion, but well, if I'm going to follow my own rules, the underline to me often represents the reason we're here for the reading. It's the whole reason for the reading, honey. Is that? So, you need some fun. You need some fun, maybe. You need some fun in your life. Maybe you've had to really work hard to assert your own lifestyle, your own path in life. Let's see what the Tarot Positive Clarity has to say about the Sagittarius. Interesting. Lots of fire, honey. You got Aries fire. You got your own Sagittarius fire in here. We do one more. Tarot of Positive Clarity. Speak to Sagittarius. Well, speak to me clearly so I can speak to Sagittarius. The Sun and... That was hard. I knew what I wanted to say, but it was almost like when I channel and something tries to force its way. I was going to say the Sun and Venus, and then I tried to, and then it almost came out the Sun and Leo, and that was the Sun and Aries. Maybe that's almost true, like just fighting for what you want in your life. Really asserting yourself. Not putting up with any bullshit. True, too. All right. Assertion. Page of Swords. Four Pentacles. Oh, Knight of Swords. Oh, shit. You know who you have to be assertive with is yourself. Yeah, I would say mostly yourself. The Knight of Cups is at the bottom. Look at this. Both, and that's it. That's all you got. You have two romantic energies at the bottom. At least romantic. And when I say romantic, it doesn't have to be with other people. It just could be living a romantic lifestyle. I'm going to go to Venice for an adventure, or I'm going to go to a faraway spa weekend, or I'm gonna dress up like Dungeons and Dragons for the weekend. I don't know, whatever it is you need to do it. That's what's going on here. And what I like, actually what I don't like about this Knight of Cups, and that's my own personal opinion, but the Knight of Cups shall be moving. The Knight of Cups shall be moving in pretty much all tarot decks, as well as the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Those are the movers and the shakers. The order of slow to fast, I would say, is Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, and Knight of Swords. You have two Knight energies here that should create movement. Now, I feel as if there's some kind of self-talk going on here. If this was a different tarot deck, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I really get this. There's either some sort of self-talk that's going on here that's you need to be more assertive with yourself, but I feel like the self-talk could be negative. Like you need to assert. Come on, be strong. Like if you have to tell yourself that, you're not ready for it. You're really not. You shouldn't tell yourself that you're not trying hard enough in life. Cindy, you need to try harder. Come on, what's wrong with you? Don't ever talk to yourself like that. I feel like this is more the kind of self-talk that says you can't do it. That's the kind of self-talk that you got to get past here. Because the Page of Swords and the Four of Pentacles is what comes in first. And this Page of Swords is a really interesting page sword. He's discovering, but kind of through his own alchemization, kind of through the things that are just around in life to discover, explore, and mix together and try to understand. But it's almost as if perhaps there's an answer coming up that makes you feel like lack. That's why I feel like this too, just because my own understanding of how we should treat ourselves. But beyond that, this is where I feel like it's more like a self-talk that produces a sense of lack. If I wasn't looking at the imagery, if I was just going to read this as these tarot cards have come out, because it also has its own meaning, absolutely 100%, is that you are watching for an opening. You're watching for some kind of opening here in life. And you know what? If it is taking a trip somewhere, maybe you're watching for a deal or a sale, or you're watching for like the country to open up to travel, or like whatever that could be. Maybe it has something to do with romance, because you have flirtation and the Knight of Cups at the bottom. It seems like more of a heavier, or more of a more prominent possibility. Now, this is also just like finding romance in life, finding the beauty. If there's something that you have an artistic expression or ability in, take some time to write some songs for yourself. Take some time to make some artwork, to write some poetry, to stargaze, whatever that could be for you. That's all Knight of Cups energy. And flirt, it's almost like flirt with yourself again, even. Flirt with yourself again. Flirt with the world around you. Find joy in that. Because that's kind of the fun, lighthearted part of being human. Where this is tough, this is strong. On this Knight of Swords. You know, the self-talk as well could be something that drives you, but it's almost like the wrong reason for being driven forward. Because he's so harsh. Remember what I always say, you got to be gentle with yourself. Okay, let's get real specific here. What part of your life should you assert yourself the most? It's just, again, it's just advice, because we got the Sun in Aries, so you take it as you will. So what part of your life should Sagittarius focus most to assert themselves in? No, baby, the fire, honey. The Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. Don't let things hold you back. Don't let things convince you that you can't move forward. This is so fiery. That's what you need to be. You need to be passionate. You are passionate. There's something causing you to second guess it or to hold it back. And maybe there is some sort of undercurrent of watery emotional energy that you're just trying to really come to some sort of stability with, because this Knight is just sitting here meditating. The Knight of Cups is meditating. It's as if you're trying to stabilize some sort of watery emotional element within you. Don't forget you are fire. So on some level, I feel like your watery emotional part is meant to be explored through passion and desire and excitement and adventure. It's not necessarily meant to be explored now, depending on your zodiac chart or who you are as a person. But just how I'm reading this, it's not necessarily meant to be explored with a really like grounded routine of stability and safety and income. And not to say don't, keep those parts of your life stable as you can, but that might not be the outlet for emotions for you, because the only pentacle you got going on here is the 4. And that is a sense of either having lack in the past or preparing for lack in the future and trying to hang on to what you can. You're not manifesting like this. That's the 4 of Pentacles, hanging on to everything. So this is about really asserting your fiery nature. And I feel like on some level, it almost kind of damages your, it feels like it blows, it's a punch that hits your ego, but the ego part of you that is like you. We're talking about Sun and Aries, so it's like you, the self here. And the King of Wands is Leo energy, and that really is, the Sun is about the self, understanding the self. So the Page of Swords, what are you finding or watching for? 3 of Cups, Temperance, Page of Cups. The Cups. I'm telling you, the real meaning of this reading is about emotions here. Alchemizing things. What did I say that this seemed like he was doing? He was alchemizing. Then you get Temperance. Alchemizing. You're alchemizing something that's going on in your life. And I feel like it's brought a lot of emotions forward. And too much can actually start to put the fire out, because water will start to drown the fire. And you might, you need to bring yourself forward here. And do it without apology. Do it without hesitation. Do it that just feels good. Well, this is quite interesting. There's 3 cups here with the 3 of Cups. And then obviously Temperance is holding 2 cups. Do you see the reduction that's happening here? Alchemization is a bit like a reduction too. And then the Page of Cups is 1 cup. We're going 3, 2, 1. And the Page of Swords is holding a vial here. One thing that you'd like to focus on emotionally. Perhaps your emotions have been directed in a lot of different ways. Or perhaps there's one person in particular you would like to direct your emotions to. Reducing it. 3, 2, 1. All right, the 4 of Pentacles. The Page of Wands. See, I don't know, something, this feels small. This is small fire. The Page of Wands is small fire. And what are we looking at here, baby? We're looking at the Sun in Aries, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Wands. That's not small. That's not small by any means. Whatever the situation is for you right now, this is what you need to know. This is a situation where you should be coming out big. You should be coming out big, because big is who you are. I don't know, if you're not feeling ready for it, like time, right? These are all sort of timely readings, but time only really exists in the 3 dimensions. So when I'm reading tarot, I'm talking to the universe. The universe is talking to us. Time is not necessarily the same concept for us as it is for guides and angels. It's kind of like, well, when you're ready. But when you're ready, you don't come out of the gates hesitating. You won't win the race. You come out of the gates. As long as this is like encouraging you strongly and not telling you bad things about yourself. The Knight of Swords. What? Yeah, well, let me see this Knight of Swords. God. Oh my God. How many things are you talking to yourself about here? Shit me. Oh my God. This is like a lot. But you know me, I'm going to try it. There's always a message there. Okay, this comes out in like this is 2 chapters. Let me go to 2 pages. Okay, you have the 6 of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, the Chariot. Then we have the Devil, the Strength card, Judgment, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Swords. Okay, the first part of the story here is, this is pretty hard to miss. The 6 of Cups, King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. There is definitely something that's clear or you want to make clear, right? The Knight of Swords is pretty clear on something and wants to move forward, wants to express it really without any hesitation. Impulsive. It's an impulsive energy. And there's some sort of impulsion here to either you have discovered, you feel like you may have discovered a soulmate, or you're not sure how to express that and how to move it forward, or that's exactly what you're looking for deep down inside yourself. But I almost feel like you have a parameter, which is okay. It's okay to have a parameter about what it is that you really want, because when you're clear about what it is that you really want and what it is that you're really looking for, you can communicate to that to the universe. Once you know, once you're clear, so is the universe. All right, honey, let's line up this order for you. But with the 7 of Cups, there is still some sort of question or unknown or confusion here. And the Chariot wanting to move past that, wanting to get up and go. And now, okay, so we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the 7 of Cups is also serving as a question mark here, because I talked about how you seem to thrive, just from how I'm seeing the cards, on the combination of water and fire. And water absolutely has to be coming out. Fire, perhaps. There's always a give and take. Maybe right now water does have to come out very strongly. But at some point, this fire has got to come out even stronger. The fire is going to produce the steam. The fire is going to produce the passion. Too much water and it's just going to drown out. It's going to fizzle. Because of the 4 of Pentacles here, I don't know if the King and Queen of Pentacles is really your drive. And the King and Queen of Pentacles is kind of like the mother, the wife, the father, the husband. You may not necessarily be driven towards a more traditional relationship. I think you're trying to figure this out. I just feel like there's a lot of thoughts going on about this for you. Now, the Devil, the Strength card, and Judgment. 3 major arcana right in a row, and they're pretty strong ones. This is coming up out of hell. Coming up out of hell, whatever that could mean for you. I'm just hearing that. Coming out of a state of hell. So feeling like you're trapped, feeling like there's no way forward, feeling like you're manipulated, could even be like something triggering you in a way that's creating some sort of unhealthy reaction within you. Finding the strength to push through and stand up again. And stand up like the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. So, what you've built in the past, perhaps for yourself, with King and Queen of Pentacles energy, maybe you've already been in long-term relationships in the past. And that could, you know what, I want to say a long-term relationship, well, or maybe this is my own. I want to say 5 years or more. It takes 3 years to get to know somebody, I think, anyways. And then you really start to unfold them after that. So you've already experienced this, I feel like. And maybe it's just too, like looking at parents or looking at people around you and really trying to understand how you fit into some sort of a mold. If you want to fit into a mold. wanting to start from fresh, from scratch, with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, and looking for your way forward. The way forward is releasing yourself from some sort of either toxic habit, toxic thinking pattern that's based, I think, on how you think you're supposed to fit into a mold. And because of all that, where do you get this? Where do you find it? Well, let's ask. Let's move this all down. Move it all down. Flirtation, Venus and Sagittarius. I feel like romance to you too. Well, even if you're Sagittarius, I mean, well, your love language, Venus, will be a little more strongly depicted in this energy. But I think Sagittarius in general, the Sagittarius is actually that I know 3. And one of them moved from Ontario to BC. And he found his wife when he was traveling far away from home. And then another one that I know, she's a doctor, and she met her now husband while they were at medical school. And then I think the other one, he met his wife when he was on vacation. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you need some sort of adventure here. And it doesn't have to be far away. It could just be, yeah, maybe you take a course in something, higher learning, Sagittarius. Or maybe you're going to some sort of spiritual retreat, or whatever that is for you. The Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords, it feels like right now you're running away from it. So that's okay. That's all right. So right now you're running away from it, or you're hiding your new beginning. The Knight of Cups. That's why the Knight's sitting. I mean, it makes sense. You're the only one that can produce this for yourself. The King of Cups. Yeah, you're not displaying any emotion at all. The Queen of Cups is at the bottom. Oh my goodness. You know, the only thing that's missing here, which is really curious, is the Queen of Wands. You have so many counterparts coming out here. You have the King and Queen of Pentacles sitting right beside each other between the Ace of Swords. You have the King and Queen of Cups right here. But you have the King of Wands sitting by himself holding his wand. You have the King of Wands all by himself holding his wand. Your passions. I'm sorry. I feel like I just called you all. I didn't call you out. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, okay, that's what you gotta know, Sagittarius. All right, my fiery friends. I'm gonna go do your extended. Until next time. Be gentle with yourselves. Bye.